What's happening, people? This is the third session. I attended. Haven't been doing a lot of boxing lately, gonna be honest, because work. Yeah, it's been a lot of work, man. Didn't get a lot to work. Didn't get a lot to train. But funny enough, because of my job, I run around a lot. And it's actually on my Fitbit. My resting heartbeat has actually gone down. So even though I'm not training for boxing, it's like it's still helping me in a way. So my heart rate's still going down. So I should be able to go longer distances. And yeah, so today's session was the same kind of way it started again. Did a little shadow boxing, then jumped into run around the block 3 times again. Then when we got into the tasty stuff. Got into the sparring. We finally got to spar. Well, I did anyway. I think the other guys did from the previous week. So first we got put into groups the same weight as us. So obviously we didn't weigh ourselves on scales or anything like that. So we kind of like eyeballed it. It was meant to be groups of 5. Our group had an extra person. Our group had 6. One of the guys was significantly smaller because I weigh about 71 kg. All the other guys weighed about 68 to 70 something. And then the guy comes in, he's like 46. And it's like, wow. So you can imagine how tall or how short he is compared to the rest of us. He gave it his all, man. Like, because basically we did a shark tank. And what a shark tank is basically one guy goes in. He basically has to spar all the other guys. No breaks in between. It's like let's say there's 5 guys. He has to face one of them for a minute. Then it's the next guy that goes in straight after that. No resting, and then it's another minute, and it's next guy until everyone's gone, and then he finally comes out, and there's someone else who goes in, and it's the same thing all over again. He was the first one to jump in. He was very up for it, and boy, did he go in, man. Like, obviously you could tell he got tired near the end, but boy, if boxing was a sport of only hearts, I think this guy would have been the world champion 10 times over, because boy, people are going in on him. He was bare tired. Obviously I think I was the last guy to spar with him, and obviously I'm not gonna try and knock the guy. I'm just trying to keep him busy and stuff like that, because obviously when you get tired, that's the worst thing ever, because you don't want your opponent to see that. So I'm just trying to keep him active and keep him moving in that. But I've come to realize from the session of the Shark Tank, like, by the way, I didn't even get a full session. I didn't even get to face all of my guys because everyone was literally that tired. And I've come to realize, because obviously I'm trying to analyze everybody else when they're fighting, and I've realized that a lot of the guys don't pace themselves, because obviously in the actual fight, it's going to be 2 minutes around. Obviously 2 minutes don't sound like a lot, but you got to think to yourself, like, you got to pace yourself, because I personally think even if you work on your stamina, your body can only do so much. So you have to pace yourself. Like, it doesn't matter if you jog every day of your life for like 3 months or something like that. If you sprint for 10 seconds, you're tired. You just will be tired, and like, that's what you gotta work on. You gotta work on picking the times when to let every single one of your power shots go, and when to just be like, you know what, let me just move about, keep him busy, keep myself busy, just so I'm scoring points with the ref. Because there was a guy, he jumped on me, bang, 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 and obviously I'm blocking all these shots, and he was tired. He was tired right after that. And obviously it's sparring, so I'm not going to try to kill him, but obviously I've jumped back on him now, putting the pressure on. And he did that to a lot of other guys, but they just weren't capitalizing on when he was tired. Because when someone comes at you and throwing a million bombs, all you have to do is cover up. If you could see an opportunity, boom, pop it in and hurt him. Just got to pace yourself. And I think that's what I've come to realize, that you got to pace yourself through the fight, because no matter how much stamina you have, it's going to be so hard to last that long if you're giving it your max all the way. Because remember, when you're going for a jog to bring up your cardio, you're jogging. In a boxing ring, when you're throwing bam, 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 when you're throwing like 50 punches at a time or whatever, that's basically you sprinting. That's you sprinting. That's you putting all of your work, all of your hard effort into it. But when you're just like moving around, bang, 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 throw 3 shots, roll out, get out, that's you jogging. So that's what I've come to realize, that like I'm definitely gonna try and pace myself and look for the best opportunities to waste my energy, I would say, like just throw all the bombs out. But yeah, as I said before, I didn't get a full Shark Tank session because everyone was dead tired. Also, our session kind of got stopped, I want to say, because one of the guys, I should laugh, but one of the guys got a nosebleed, so that kind of slowed down everything. But I did get to face a guy who's basically the next weight category above me, and he was good, man. Like, it's one of those things where if you were to see me face this guy, you'd be like, wow, this is one boring fight. But if you're like a boxer connoisseur, if that's the right word I'm using, if you're a boxer connoisseur, you'd be like, ooh, these guys, they're trying to work each other out, because that's what, I think the spar was like a minute or a minute and a half or something like that, and that's all we're doing, is just like trying to work each other out, because I more react off of what someone else does, and I think he was doing the same kind of thing. So we're there staring at each other, so I'm getting ready for him to pop something, but he does nothing, so I'm like, okay, where's this guy got? Then I try to go at him, try for a jab, he hits me with a counter punch. He must have like parried it or dodged it, hits me with a counter punch. I'm like, wow, okay, this is what I'm up for. So then I'm trying my hardest to like throw feints, then duck under his punch and just go to the body, because obviously he's taller than me, so, and he's got a bigger target that's right in my face, because all I have to do is duck down just a little bit, boom, his whole body's in my face. So it's a bigger target for me rather than me trying to punch up to a giant or something stupid like that, because our spar was like proper cagey. And then after that, I found out that he's actually had like quite a few amateur fights. Well, not I say like 3 or something like that. I was like, okay, and then it kind of made me realize like the levels of boxing. Because if you watch boxing, you see Floyd Mayweather say all the time, like, oh, there's levels to this, there's levels, blah, 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 blah. But I realize more and more what he means by the levels, because like just pacing yourself, I think, is so crucial, because all the other guys are just tired, just dead tired, and I still had like, obviously I'm tired as well, let's not get that twisted, but I'm not tired to the point where exhaustion. I'm tired to the point where I'm tired, but I can push through this, I can keep going. Whereas with the guy who had about 3 amateur fights or whatever, like, you can see the pacing is different from when I sparred him, from when I sparred the other guys. We did the warm down and stuff like that, and I swear down, this coach, like, I don't know what it is, but she needs to, like, I don't know, start writing a book or something like that, because she said something about fear. Because obviously after the spar, she's like, so, was anyone scared? Raise your hand if you were scared, or if you're frightened or whatever. No one raised their hand. She's like, that's good. I ain't gonna remember the whole thing, but she said something like, that's good, because the fear that you have is made up in your head, because, I'm paraphrasing now, because basically it's like, you create a worse image within your own head when it comes to fear, because when you're scared, you're thinking about the absolute worst things that can happen. But if you're in the situation, you're in the situation. You just have to deal with it now. Because obviously, when you're walking into the ring and stuff, you could probably be thinking shit like, oh man, I'm gonna get knocked out. He's gonna punch me hard here, or da 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 da, all these kind of things. But like when you're in there, it's like, well, you can now react to that situation. You can adjust to it. You can do whatever. You're in the situation now. Time to work on it. Like that's how my mentality kind of is now. Like, because it's a thing where obviously I'm kind of nervous, but I'm not that nervous. I'm more nervous about if I lose. I'm not nervous about getting knocked out or hurt or anything like that, because I can push through that. But I'm nervous about losing. But as soon as I get into the ring and that first punch gets thrown, whether it's by me or it's by him, everything else will wash away. It's like, boom, we are in this now. Start slipping punches, doing the illness. But yeah, that was a third session, man. That was the third session, and it was a good session, man. I really, really did enjoy it. I did learn a lot about who I might be facing as well. So just trying to keep loads of things in mind about how people box, how people operate, and how they move and whatever. And obviously working on myself, working on my weaknesses and what I need to improve. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hope y'all have a good day. Goodbye.